Hey everybody, this is a little follow-up video to the one that I just posted. So I was having a conversation with Guru Stark the other day, and for those of you that are familiar with the system more or less breaks down into 8 streams that are based on what Guru has referred to as the combat positioning system. Generically, these are the relations that you as a defender can have towards an incoming attack. They can be high or low. And you can be inside or outside. If you want more info on that, there's DVDs on Amazon. There's a book. There's quite a bit of material out on those. I'm going to be exploring in a couple of future videos the combat positioning system as it relates to firearms. And before I did that, though, I wanted to talk a little bit about context. So we have a couple of different contexts. I realize that everybody's situation is going to be different, but the question I asked myself when I started looking at this material was, why am I fighting with a gun in my hand? Why wouldn't I just be shooting, right? It would seem to make sense that I would use any tool that I had to its best and most efficient use of its unique attributes, and for a gun, that's the ability to deal with things at range. So we wanted to go over just a few ideas on that. When you shoot people, especially with a pistol, it's taken as an article of faith in the tactical community that most pistol cartridges are by default underpowered. Rifle cartridges are for winning fights, and pistols are usually meant to fight to your rifle. And that's very much part of the military mindset as I've experienced it training in the tactical community. As a civilian, I don't have the luxury of carrying a rifle with me everywhere. I don't have the luxury of going around with, 7 to 14 of my best buddies who are hairy-knuckled cavemen that also have rifles. I don't have close air support that I can call in on a radio. But I may have to deal with something, and I may be the cavalry and the only cavalry that's going to arrive for myself and my loved ones, and that usually will mean that I have access to my pistol, and that alone. For that, so let's look at a couple of problems that can occur. We could be in a gunfight, having gotten out our weapon, and we could have somebody else intervene, either a secondary friend of the person that we're fighting, or somebody who has a misguided attempt at being a good Samaritan. And we'll post some links in the description of this for a couple of examples in real world of when this stuff has happened. We could have shot an attacker and failed to incapacitate them. One of the interesting links that we'll post is why one police officer carries 145 rounds. That's the name of the article. It's on a website called Police One. Long story short, he was involved in a gunfight where he shot the criminal 14 times. 6 of those would have been considered incapacitating hits, and the guy was still up and going, and that was with a 45, shooting duty ammunition. So it's not necessarily a death laser that just knocks someone over the minute that that you get it out. The other thing is, I don't walk around with my pistol in my hand. Concealed carry generally means that it's concealed to start with. I'd love to be able to start out any fight with all my tools, already out and accessed, but that's just not reality. So I may have to solve a combatives problem before I can safely access my pistols. I don't want to be in a fight with someone, try to go for my gun too early, and then have them turn this into a fight over the gun. So those are just a couple of ideas about context. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll be filming a little bit of video regarding specific techniques, how they relate to the streams, and kind of where I see the benefit of that. So thanks for watching again. If you have any help in the way of tips or hints on vlogging, feel free to let me know in the comments.